JuGrTalk.
Well, how's it going, everybody? It is your host, Justin Grimes. Welcome to JuGrTalk episode number 3. We made it. We made it to the other side. How's it feel? Is everybody doing okay out there? Well, I hope so, because we got a lot to talk about this week. Let me tell you. Oh, my God. So, today is St. Patrick's Day, all right? So, maybe we'll talk a little bit about St. Patrick's Day, my history of St. Patrick's Day, what it means, all this other stuff, all right? We're going to talk about some stuff that you all probably deal with, especially if you're a car owner. We're going to talk about some other stuff. You know, I got to follow up to our fast food stories from the past couple of weeks. We'll talk about that. And, maybe some other stuff too. But anyway, why aren't haircuts covered by insurance? Come on! Look, all right, I went and got a haircut this weekend. By the way, you get a haircut, you're a guy, you got a couple of options. You know, if you live in a moderate-sized city, either you're going to a barber, like a nice barber, or you're going to someplace that's overly expensive, or you go to Supercuts. Like, that's the 3 options, you know? So what do? I'm going to Supercuts, baby. All right? Look, it's a mixed bag. I know. But look, if I'm just doing like Zoom calls, if I'm just trying to have just a short haircut, why would I pay more? Why would I pay $50 at the frickin' Dapper Dollar place over here rather than just going to Supercuts? It's the same thing, you know? I don't know. But anyway, I got a haircut and I got to thinking, everything on your body, for the most part, is covered by insurance in some way, shape, or form. You know? Like, your skin, you go to the dermatologist, right? Your teeth, you go to the dentist. Your eyes, you got an optometrist, right? You got insurance for everything on your body, except for your hair. Why is that? You know? Maybe it's because hair is considered a cosmetic thing. You know? Maybe it's considered in the same way, like, oh yeah, but you don't need a prescription for body wash. You know? Like, you just wash your hair and it's fine, mostly, right? But I'm just saying, like, why can't you use insurance for haircuts? Shouldn't it be the same idea as, like, going to the doctor and getting a checkup, going to the dentist and getting a teeth cleaning? It's the same idea, right? So why can't you just go get a haircut and use your insurance to get a discount? Or, okay, if you don't think insurance is a good idea for haircuts, which, okay, I understand. The insurance industry is fucked anyways, all right? What if you could pay a subscription for haircuts? You know? Think about this. Maybe you pay like one yearly price. And there's different tiers, right? But it's one yearly price for whatever tier of haircut that you'd like to get. All right? So let's say that you are a man who wants to just get normal short haircuts regularly, right? Let's say maybe it's like once every month or two, okay? Let's say you pay $120 for a year of haircuts, and it's unlimited, right? So you can go in like once a month if you wanted to, or you go in like once every other month. Maybe you wait a while, maybe even wait a couple of months because it's the summertime and you let your hair grow out a little bit. But either way, you pay like one flat rate. You get as many haircuts as you need and you're done, right? That way you don't have to pay every single time that you go to get your hair cut. Like, why should I pay $30? $30 is what it costs for like a standard men's haircut. you know? And that's without getting like a beard trimming, you know? Usually they'll include the eyebrow trimming. I always ask for the eyebrows, you know? I got the bushy ones. But $30, you know? And, you know, if I wait a couple of months every time I get a haircut, which, by the way, 2 months is pushing it for a haircut, you know? Like, I have curly hair. It gets a little bit messy at the 2-month mark, you know? Usually it's every, like, 4 or 5 weeks, you know, month and a half most. But, you know, if you had a subscription, you could just go whenever you want. That way you could always look good. Maybe that's how they could advertise it. Like, oh, keep consistent cut, you know? Consistent cut plan. It's just a thought. Or for other people, you know, different tiers, right? I don't necessarily get my hair dyed, but maybe you have a hair dye plan. Same idea. Maybe you have a yearly membership. I know hair dye is a little bit more expensive, but to maintain a hair dye, I don't think it should be as expensive as getting it done every time, right? So let's say you spend $300 for a year to maintain a hair color. Now, that could go for like any hair color, right? So let's say if, you know, you're blonde and you want to make your hair brown, you know, then, you know, that maintenance would just be, okay, I need to add brown dye every few weeks or something, right? But, you know, you pay one flat rate. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you start getting your roots looking all bleachy or something, then you just go back. You're covered, right? And at that point, isn't that just insurance? Look, I'm just saying, man. If I opened a hairdresser, no matter what kind of hairdresser it is, first of all, it would probably be like Sports Clips, all right? I do think they have a good business model. But if I opened a hairdresser, I would do subscriptions. You know? Maybe you can call it the hair doctor, all right? We'll call it the insurance plan. Just a thought. Write this down, all right? Take that to Wall Street. Give them a haircut, you know? You know, I bet that idea would make bank in places like, you know, office buildings and things like that. I don't know. Just a thought. Why don't hairdressers do subscriptions? And why isn't there insurance for haircuts? Just a thought. Hey, I was thinking about food again. Go figure, right? Go figure. But I was thinking about food again, all right? And I was thinking, you know, you ever go to Chili's? All right, first of all, we've talked about Applebee's so far. We've talked about McDonald's. Then we talked about Wendy's. Let's talk about Chili's, all right? Now, Chili's. When was the last time you went to Chili's and ordered the chili? Probably, for most people, probably never, all right? My question is, why is Chili's the name when it really doesn't seem like... I mean, is it just me? It doesn't really seem like Tex-Mex is their big thing. I mean, other than like a few food items on their menu, right? Like maybe it's like, okay, yeah, they got a fajita, sure. You know, they got those like little Southwest egg rolls, sure. Yeah, you can get the chips and salsa, sure. But everything else is like barbecue or like burgers and stuff. Or even salads, you know? It's just like any other... It's just like Applebee's, let's be real, right? And I guess they do like the margaritas and stuff, which, you know, Chili's, I guess they're kind of going with like that little, like, on the border sort of idea, right? But still, Chili's? Their chili sucks. Look, they have a deal at Chili's, all right? I don't know if they still have this deal. It's been a little while since I've been, all right? But they have this deal where it's, I think it's like the 2 for whatever meal, 2 for $25 or something like that. Again, one of these awesome sit-down restaurant deals. You can't beat it. Better than going to McDonald's, whatever, okay? And in this deal, 2 people, you each get a drink, you share an appetizer, and you get an entree, you know? And I think you also get like or no, you share the appetizer. But, you know, if you're getting 2 people, then, wait, is it you get 2 appetizers? No. I'm sorry. Hold on. The way that it works is that you have 2 people, you get 2 drinks, you share an appetizer, but I think you each also get to choose like either a side salad or a soup, and then also an entree. It's like a full like 3-course meal situation. Like, yeah, without the dessert, sure, but who goes out to eat and gets a dessert anymore anyways, you know? Whatever. So anyways, this 2 for $25 deal, all right? Now, instead of getting the soup, usually what I'll do is, you know, we'll get the chips and salsa. You got to get the chips and salsa. It's so good, all right? But I'll get the chili for like the side thing instead of soup. It's a little bit of an upcharge. I think it's like $1. But you know what? I'm gonna try the chili, right? And it comes out, and it's a greasy brown glob in a cup with cheese on top and little tortilla crispies or whatever. And you take a bite of it, and it's just salt. It's just not... I don't know what that in the back of the restaurant they put their chili in, all right? But I swear it's like the runoff from the grill, you know, where they're cooking the burgers. It must just be like the grease runoff scraped together and put into a bowl. You know, that's what it tastes like. It's not good. Look, all I'm saying is, you know, they advertise, or at least they used to advertise, you know, they got the baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. You know, Chili's, the baby back ribs. That's what their signature is. Why do they call themselves Chili's? Why don't they call themselves Ribbies? You know? Why don't they call themselves Margaritas? You know, they got the Presidente Margaritas. All I'm saying is not Chili's, all right? Their chili sucks. There's not even any beans in it. There's no beans in their chili. It's just meat. It's just meat chili. And at that point, it's not even chili. It's just sloppy Joe sauce. You know? You put that in a bun, it might as well just be a sloppy Joe. That's not chili. Look, I don't call it chili unless it has beans in it. You know, you got to get the kidney beans or something. But either way, you know, don't go to Chili's and get the chili. It's not what it's about. But, you know, kind of going back onto the value train here. All right. Now let's compare what you can get at Chili's to what you can get at some place like, I don't know, Taco Bell. All right. Speaking of, you know, on the border sort of themes here. Taco Bell. What the fuck happened, man? What happened to Taco Bell? I feel like it used to be like the one place you could go to find some good value in fast food. You know? It was like the one place you could go and, you know, you could spend like $4 and you could eat for like, it feels like a week, you know? You get the tacos, you get the Doritos Locos, you get your Baja Blast, whatever, you know? You used to be able to go there and it would be a value. These days, not so much. It's fallen under the same train as the other fast food joints, which is really unfortunate. You know, I feel like Taco Bell is like the one place that really kind of deviates itself from the other fast food places, at least in form factor, right? Every other fast food place is burgers and chicken sandwiches and things like that, right? Taco Bell, good luck. You're not getting any of that there. You're not getting a burger at Taco Bell, right? You want a burger, best they can do is just wrap it up in a tortilla, all right? Your burger, it's just ground beef, okay? That's what you're getting. All right? You still get the lettuce and cheese, I guess. It's just wrapped in a roll. That's what you get. But, you know, Taco Bell, their prices have just gotten obscene, you know? How much does it cost for a Crunchwrap these days? Like $7? Isn't that crazy? Like $6 or $7 for a Crunchwrap. And it's not even that good anymore. Like, You take a bite into a Crunchwrap. Where's the beef? Where's the beef? You know, they should ask Chili's for their chili. Just put that in the Crunchwrap. It tastes better than just not having any, you know? Like, what the hell? $6, $7, you don't get any beef. When I get a Crunchwrap, I order a double beef, and it feels like that is about half as much beef as there should be in it. It's wild, all right? You go to an authentic Mexican place, you know, you order the same thing. It might be a little more expensive, but not that much, all right? And at least then it's authentic, you know? Although I will say, and this is a very unpopular opinion, okay? I think Mexican food is a little overrated. Super unpopular opinion, and I'm sorry if I've offended somebody, all right? But Mexican food, yeah, I mean, it can hit the spot, but maybe, here's the deal. I'm a little bit picky, okay? Number one, I don't like sour cream, okay? And that already is going to eliminate most of the menu at the Mexican restaurant, all right? That's an issue if you're trying to order Mexican food. For whatever reason, everything has got like a dollop of sour cream on it. Like they take a big spoon and go whoop on top of that burrito, you know? You know? So already I have to make modifications if I order something, and that's annoying. If I have to go to a restaurant and I have to get a modification because I don't like something on something, you know, I'm not eating it as intended. But it also means that what they're serving isn't what I want, you know? So, first, no sour cream. And I do the same thing at Taco Bell, by the way. That Crunchwrap Supreme, no sour cream. Double beef. And if you order from Taco Bell, it's a gamble, all right? You're flipping a coin. Are you getting sour cream or not, you know? Although I will say, if you order from the app, I've noticed this. They're much more consistent now, and I don't know why that might be, but it's true. All right, you order from the Taco Bell app, your order's coming out right. You know, maybe it's just something that's lost in translation over the intercom when you're going through the drive-thru that causes your order to be messed up. But if you order from the app, you're good to go. Just do that, and you get the reward points or whatever. You know, but yeah, you know, no sour cream. So the Mexican restaurant, there's that. Number two, I don't like sloppy food necessarily. Like things that, like, I don't know. Like if I'm going to get a burrito, I'd rather just be able to hold it rather than like, you know, having to use like a fork and knife because it's covered in sauce and beans and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not that good. It's just like no matter what you get, it's all the same shit put together on a plate, you know? In whatever weird way they want to assemble it. I mean, then again, it's the same thing at Taco Bell, right? Everything you order there, okay? Tortilla, all right? Number one. Cheese, lettuce, whatever kind of meat, and that's it. And then you add a thing here or there, but that's it. That's the whole thing. That's all of Taco Bell. That's the whole menu. All right, tortilla, some sort of meat, lettuce and cheese, and that's it. Maybe nacho on there too. I don't know. But that's it, you know? But in Mexican restaurants, it's the same idea, you know? You get yourself a tortilla, you pick what's going in it, and that's it. Hot plate coming through. So yeah, I don't go out to Mexican restaurants much anymore. And you know what? There have been a couple of times where I've gone to a Mexican restaurant and I've got something, I've enjoyed it, and I've gotten home and I end up sick. I don't know what's going on there. Like there was one time I was a kid. All right, me and my family went to this Mexican restaurant. It's called Garcia's. They're no longer open. I think they actually ended up burning down, unfortunately. But we used to go to this Mexican place called Garcia's. And, you know, I was a kid, you know, at school, they, on Fridays once in a while, they would have taco salad. And I loved my school's taco salad. I mean, it was salad, like just lettuce. And then they put like ground beef on top. And then like taco shells in it and some sauce. And that was it. That was the taco salad. And as minimal as it was delicious. All right. I would always get the taco salad whenever they had it. So, we get to the Mexican restaurant, and I'm like, oh, I see taco salads on the menu. And I'm like 11, So I order this taco salad, and it comes out, and it's in this, like, huge, like, flaky bowl. Like a fried bowl, And on top of this bowl, like, inside of this bowl, is just, like, piled in guacamole and sour cream and meat and lettuce. And I got to tell you, there is a such thing as too much of a good thing. Because, all right, look, sour cream is so overrated, but also to a point, so is guacamole, right? Like with guacamole, like you have just a glob. If you have too much guacamole, it's an issue. All right. I love having like a chip. You dip it in the guacamole. You take a bite. Delicious. I'll have 3 or 4 chips, and then I'm done. If they like take a giant spoon and they glob guacamole on top of whatever you're eating, the thing you're eating is now just guacamole. You're just eating guacamole at that point. You're not eating the thing anymore. You're eating guacamole on top of the thing. It takes over. Guacamole is just everything at that point. And guacamole's good, but it's not everything. It shouldn't be everything. And then also right next to it, all the sour cream. And you know what I say about sour cream? It ruins anything it touches. So right away, this taco salad is ruined. I wasn't aware. Look, I was thinking of the taco salad I had in school, right? You get lettuce, ground beef, taco shell or whatever, a little bit of sauce, boom, in a bowl. You're good to go. Okay? Not this just gigantic mountain of a mess, I was not prepared. And it's not like we'd never gone there before either, but usually when I go to a Mexican place, I get like, tacos, I'll get like the tacos, maybe a burrito, maybe a chimichanga, But man, this taco salad was a nightmare. I mean, I ate it. Like I tried my best to like get the sour cream out of it. And you can never get it all the way out. There's always like remnants on everything around it, And man, any sour cream at all is just too much for me. I can't do it. I'm just too picky. I think for me, it's just like I avoid creamy things in general these days. First of all, lactose intolerant, right? So that doesn't help. I'll eat cheese and I'll eat dairy things. Not that I should, but I do, But even since I was a kid, I never drank milk, No milk. I remember once in a while, we'd have like a birthday party in like 2nd grade. It's like, oh, it's Joey's birthday, and his mom brought in cupcakes and milk for everybody. Well, I'm like, I don't like milk. I'm in 2nd grade. I'm 7 years old. I don't like milk. But I try my best. I'm like, well, maybe this time will be different, So I get a little cup of milk, and I try to drink it, and oh, God. Even thinking of it right now, I gag. I can't. It's visceral. Milk is disgusting. I don't know how people drink it, I really don't understand. It's gross. It's revolting to me. I don't get it. And yeah, I know milk is in other things, but drinking milk raw is deranged behavior. When you're above the age of like 7, It's weird. Look, if you're an adult and you're drinking milk, just stop. All right? You're going to give people the ick. What are you doing? Put down the milk, man. Get a glass of water. All right? Stay hydrated. Oh, God. Look, if you want milk, if you want dairy that bad, just have some yogurt or something. Just put the milk down. Right? Yeah. Anyway, no sour cream. All right? Sour cream ruins everything it touches. No thank you. All right? See, I ate this taco salad, and it was a mess, you know? Too much guacamole, sour cream remnants everywhere, and I'm just getting down into this bowl, and I'm like, okay, by the time you even, like, get to really eating the thing, that flaky bowl it's in starts getting soggy. You know, that grease starts, like, running through the bottom. It gets disgusting. And I gotta tell you, by the time you're done with this, you do not feel good, you know? You do not feel great right now. So yeah, no kidding. I get home and I'm starting to throw up. It's horrible, you know? So anyways, I think maybe that just put a bad experience in my head. But even now, like, I'll take a look at the menu and, you know, it's just nothing that appetizing on a Mexican restaurant menu. In theory, it should be great. Like, I love, like, tacos, right? I love burritos. I think I love Mexican food, but I don't like authentic Mexican food. You know, it's like Chinese food. Same idea, right? People think of Chinese food. They're like, oh yeah, I'll get the orange chicken or rice. You know, that's American Chinese food. You know, you like the Americanized version of Chinese food. I mean, if you were to actually eat Chinese food, then it would be a different story altogether, right? And I think it's the same idea with, like, Indian food, too, you know? Where, like, you know, you have your chicken tikka masala, you got your butter chicken, and, you know, your jasmine rice, and your naan, and all that stuff. But that's very much Americanized, you know? There's a lot of things that genuine Indian cuisine will serve that is not on that, you know, Indian restaurant menu, right? So yeah, it's just the Americanized version of Mexican food that I think I like, right? And you know, it's just me. There's problems with me. I'm too picky. I'm way too picky, right? Look, I'm a sandwich guy, all right? I love a good sandwich. You know, you put some meat in between a couple of pieces of carbohydrates, I'm going to be happy, all right? It's probably going to be good in my book, you know? Whether it's a chicken sandwich or a BLT, you know, whatever. It's going to be good. Actually, you know what? That brings me over to another subject here. What happened to Subway? I mean, look. I think we know what happened to Subway. Maybe I don't need to get into that, right? But the prices of Subway are crazy too, you know? But then again, thinking about it, right? Is $10 for a Subway sandwich too much money when you compare that to the price of McDonald's, right? If you're talking about other types of fast food, at least at Subway, if I'm paying $10 for a sub, I get to pick what meat's on it. I get to pick all of the toppings that go on it, one by one. I get to pick whatever sauce I want. I get to pick the bread that I want. And it's going to cost the same as if I go across the street to McDonald's and I get a Big Mac. So which one's better, right? Will it be the Big Mac? Or is it the Subway sandwich that has, like, all of the veggies in it, you know? That's what I'm saying, though. Like, yeah, I know. Subway is, like, super duper overly processed everything, right? Especially the bread, especially the meat. But even though they're not fresh veggies, you can load up on veggies at Subway, okay? Just order, okay, here's what I do. When I go to Subway, I get the same thing every time, all right? I get the American Club sandwich, which I think is like ham and turkey, right? I get that with, like, shredded Monterey cheddar, toasted, right? Because the shredded cheddar, it melts better. I also get that on Italian herbs and cheese, of course, right? That's the bread. And then for the veggies, though, I get, and a quote, this is what I say every time I go into Subway, everything except pickles and olives. Everything except pickles and olives. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, everything except for pickles and olives. What does that include, though? Let's think about this, okay? It includes lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, banana peppers, jalapenos, and I don't know if I'm forgetting something, but that's the main. That's it. Like that's a lot of veggies. You know, they'll load that shit up for you too. It's really good. And it's spicy because it has 2 different kinds of peppers. Oh, yeah, and green peppers, too. That's the other one. It's got 3 kinds of peppers on there. It's got tomatoes. It's got onions. It's got lettuce. It's got spinach on there. It's got cucumbers on there. Dude, you get all of the veggies on your sandwich. Number one, I don't care what people say. That shit's delicious. All right? A toasted ham and turkey sandwich with all of the veggies. And then you ask for a little bit of mayonnaise and then the Parmesan vinaigrette. Close that shit up. Serve it up. That shit is bussin', okay? It's spicy. It's delicious. And it has so many veggies. It's incredible. Compare that to McDonald's, right? I feel like at Subway you get like twice as much food for the same price as getting a combo meal at McDonald's. And yeah, you know what? They say, you know, Subway eat fresh, right? Maybe it's not fresh, but it's a hell of a lot fresher than that Big Mac. You know? It is. It is. It just is. Look, people shit on Subway, but I would still say to this day that Subway is vastly underrated, at least when you compare it to the competition. All right? Just saying. I think the one fault that Subway has is that they don't have a drive-thru. Right? It's inconvenient to order from Subway. Either you need to order through the app that they have, which every fast food joint has an app now. What is up with that? But I digress, as usual. Either you order on the app and you walk in and you pick it up or get DoorDash or whatever the fuck, or you have to... The Subway process is such an interesting experience, okay? Because you have to walk in, you go to the far side of the counter, and then you stand there and you wait for somebody to give you eye contact and say what kind of bread you want. You know? Oh, man. It's kind of funny, though, right? Like, could you imagine, like, going to a burger place and the first question they ask you is, what kind of bun? That might be good, actually, right? You know, there are similar places to Subway style-wise these days, you know? Like, I would consider, like, Chipotle or Moe's to be in the same vein, where you kind of, like, they'll ask you, okay, what kind of thing do you want? And then they'll walk you down the line, and you just keep adding shit, and at the end, you pay your total, right? Chipotle's this way. Moe's is this way. Mod Pizza is this way as well, which there's no Mod Pizzas around here. I used to get it all the time in the West Coast. I do miss me some Mod Pizza. All right. But, you know, these Subway really kind of carved out its own sort of genre of fast food. You know? It's like reverse buffet style, where you just tell somebody what you want step by step, and they put it on your plate for you, you know? And essentially, it's like you get whatever you want, you pay one price. And that's a really sort of unique idea, you know? I mean, yeah, as you're going down the line, maybe you're like, oh, well, can I add, like, guacamole for extra? But, you know, for the vast majority of it, it's like, okay, I'll have a burrito, or I'll have Italian herbs and cheese. And you get the end, man. You pay for your sandwich. It's really good. So, I don't know. I'm just saying you get better value out of Subway. Does it taste as good as a Big Mac? That's subjective, you know? I would rather have the veggies, personally. I mean, you know, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, the peppers, all of it. I love peppers. I love peppers. which is ironic because I don't like Mexican food apparently. So there you go, right? Although that said, you know what I mean? You talk about Mexican food. What Mexican food has peppers in it? There's really not many. Like most Mexican food dishes are like rice and beans and cheese and maybe meat, right? If there were more Mexican dishes that had like a bunch of peppers in it, I would love it. You know, maybe the difference is that I love spicy food. I like adding hot sauce to food. I like spicy stuff, right? Like I like Thai 4-alarm spicy. I want to cry at the end of my meal. And I really wish that there were spicier Mexican food options. Like, what's spicy at the Mexican food place? Nothing. Relatively speaking, it's all pretty bland, you know? It's just like pinto beans, cheese, and rice. Like, that's pretty white boy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's crazy. I just wish that there were spicier options at Mexican food places. I wish there were more peppers. Holy crap. Why are there more peppers? Why doesn't Chili's have more peppers? They don't even have peppers in their chili. Oh, man. If you can go to Chili's and get like a stuffed pepper, that'd be so good. Can you get stuffed peppers at Chili's? Let me look it up. No, not right now. Can you get stuffed peppers at Chili's, though? It's a thought experiment. I know they have fajitas. That's got peppers, right? They probably have like a jalapeno something or another. I don't know. Man, I feel like peppers have fallen off. Is it just me? Because peppers are kind of OP. When I was on the keto diet, and yes, I've done keto, oddly enough, one thing I would eat all the time as like a good source of keto vitamin C was a jalapeno. I would just eat an entire jalapeno, like in one bite. I would just go hump and eat a jalapeno. And it's an excellent source of vitamin C. Very low in carbs. It's a green vegetable. And it's delicious. I mean, I love peppers, right? Peppers are just S tier. S tier. Love peppers. I wish more food had peppers in it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, today was Kate's first day at work. It's been 2 weeks. You know, this is my third podcast. The first one is when I said, hey, Kate's whole 2-week thing. Well, guess what? 2 weeks is up. All right. She officially started her job today. And let me tell you, she had a good day. And I'm so happy for her. All right. We're so proud of Kate. Let's give her a hand, folks. Yeah, let's give her a hand. Wow. So yeah, today was her first day. I'm really proud of her. She seems to really like her new job. I mean, it was just the first day, right? But she said that, hey, you know, they gave me a badge. They gave me a backup badge. They gave me a laptop. They gave me a new iPhone. And all of her coworkers are really nice. And she had a really good day. And I'm so happy. Thank God, you know. So she's getting started. She's looking forward to getting all that stuff done. She'll be able to work remotely quite a bit, which is really cool. Welcome to the club, you know. But, you know, it's a big move. And I'm really proud of her. Looking forward to seeing where that goes. So, hey, Kate started her new job. That's awesome. You know, she and I were talking earlier, too. All right. And, you know, we were considering, and this is kind of a personal shit, all right? This is a personal shit category now, all right? So we'd been talking recently about, you know, potentially moving in together this year, right? And, you know, it's, you know, my lease is up in August, which is, you know, at this point, it's 5 months away. So we still have quite a bit of time, right? And I had originally signed a 15-month lease for my apartment. And we were talking like, hey, you know, are we going to, you know, maybe we'll move in together? Because right now I live alone. She only lives a couple of blocks away, but I live alone. And, you know, I've been thinking about it. And honestly, I've been getting a little bit anxious about it too. right? Like, are we going to be able to save up enough to get a new place? We're looking at maybe like renting a house or something like that, you know? And I made the judgment call. I said, you know what? I think maybe what we should do is take another year. I'll sign on to my lease again so that we can save up some money now that you're in your new job. And then we can save up money, and after a year, we'll be able to rent a house. You know, that way we could just get the funds together. Maybe I could pay off my car in the meantime. I've been wanting to do that. That's my New Year's resolution, by the way, is paying off my car. All right. So if I can take care of that, then that's extra money that I could put towards a nice place, you know, where we can live together. Maybe like a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath situation, or a house. Maybe a place with a basement would be really nice, you know. Dude, I would love to have a basement. I've never had a basement of my own, you know. I think it sounds so cool. I can put my drum set down there, put all my random shit down there. I can finally be a basement dwelling World of Warcraft player, just like I've always wanted. No, just joking. I don't play World of Warcraft. You know, Monster Hunter, though, that game's really great. Actually just finished. I'm at HR like 70 right now, you know, whatever though. Not trying to nerd out too much on these podcasts, but you know, it's been a lot of fun. Definitely recommend Monster Hunter Wilds. But anyways, you know, we've been looking at potentially getting a new place, but I'm thinking about if we spend an extra year, I could pay off my car, we'll save up enough money, and we'll get a really nice place together, right? So I contacted my landlord. I said, hey, just a heads up. I know I let you know before that maybe I'm planning on moving once my lease is up, but I think I might just stay for an extra year if that's okay. He said, yeah, sure, no problem. But he also let me know that he has other places too if we're, you know, looking for new places. He said that, you know, he also rents out some houses. He said that there's another 2-bedroom apartment that's nearby that is a lot more spacious. So I'm going to be working with my landlord to see if maybe he's got a bigger place that we could move into together. You know, he said that I'm a reliable tenant, and you know, we could take it from there. So you know what? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, right? Me kind of like being hesitant, it might lead to us being able to find a new place together anyway. So that all works out, right? So hey, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be this coming summer. We'll see what happens there. Maybe I will move into a new house. Maybe I'll just stick here. Either way, I'm comfortable, you know? Like, at least in this apartment, I have my office. I have my bedroom. I got a new bed. I got a new recliner. I have everything I need, you know? If I want to go out and do something, I walk out my door and I go do it. That's what I like doing. And that was my favorite part about living in Seattle, by the way. Just being able to walk out the front door, and if I want a cup of coffee, then I'll walk to the coffee shop. It's right there. I could do that here too. It's so cool, you know? I can walk to Domino's and walk back with it in 10 minutes. I love that. And you know, one thing I would like to do is just enjoy just some more time, you know? Having a little bit more space is good. So we will, we'll see. We'll see what happens. TBD. If anything, I'll either just, you know, stay here or maybe we'll get a new place, but I'm looking to keep my same landlord. I think it'll work out, right? That way my deposit transfers over. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So yeah, that's personal shit. Hey, you know what? Here's something that everybody deals with who owns a car and nobody talks about. Okay? Let's talk about Sirius XM. Now, for those of you who own a car, which is probably most of you, do you have satellite radio in your car? And if so, do you pay for it? Do you pay for a Sirius XM subscription? Some of you might, especially for some of the older listeners here, like my parents, if you're listening. Hi, Mom. You know, some people pay for Sirius XM, right? Some people also pay for satellite dishes, but that's, you know, it's the same kind of concept, in my opinion. But Satellite radio, right? Why? Why is it that everybody who owns a car, at least a relatively modern car, is subjected to junk mail from SiriusXM? Everybody who owns a car has gotten letters from SiriusXM asking you to sign up for their service for $5 a month. What is up with that? Why does every car owner get this bullshit in their inbox? Like, they track you down, buy your VIN number, buy your registration, and they will send you junk mail. They will try to sell you shit that you don't need. You know what? It's like, first of all, I'm of the opinion that you shouldn't have to pay for a subscription that's built into the thing you already paid for. Okay? Like, I know that there was a controversy a couple of years ago where people had to sign up for a BMW subscription for heated seats. That's bullshit. It's already in the car. It's already baked in. You know? Why should they have the ability to turn off something that you've already paid for in the thing that you own? Right? And then what happens one day when this subscription service is no longer available? Like, what happens in 20 years when this car is still on the road and you can't sign up for the BMW app to activate your seats anymore? You know what I mean? Why? It becomes useless. But SiriusXM, you know, they're just a huge pain in the ass, aren't they? You know, here's the thing, too. Even if you do sign up with them, which, by the way, if you're in the car long enough to listen to the radio, what I would recommend doing is investing in CDs. If you have a CD player in your car. I know a lot of people don't these days, but Spotify, CDs, listen to albums, you know? That's what I prefer to do. I'm an album listener. I am a record enjoyer, okay? At least then you can listen to like a complete work, front to back, and really kind of sink into it if you have a long drive, you know? When it comes to SiriusXM satellite radio, first of all, I hope you don't have trees nearby, because good luck getting your service when there are trees nearby. I hope you don't have a tunnel to drive through. I hope you don't have mountains or hills nearby. It's just weird how this like paid service is so inferior to already existing technology at this point. You know, I feel like originally satellite radio kind of took off with the whole premise of, oh, you can be anywhere and you get the same stations and you get great service no matter where you are. But these days, FM signal is, if anything, it's better than satellite radio. Like, yeah, you're going to have local channels, but in a way, isn't that better? Right? Wouldn't you rather have the local channels like giving you updates on the weather once in a while, traffic updates, things like that? Right? Like, yeah, you're going to have less of a selection. Of course, you know, you listen to the normal radio station. It's only going to be like top 40 or classic rock, you know, or, you know, maybe you'll have like an obscure like Sunday night channel that plays like reggae music or something. You know what I mean? I've come across those before. Or, you know, classical music or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, your selection is limited. But your service will be much better than satellite radio. It's a much clearer signal. Undoubtedly. You know? All I'm saying, if you have satellite XM or Sirius XM satellite radio, what are you doing? Right? What do you listen to that you couldn't listen to on, you know, 99.9 The Rock, you know? That you couldn't listen to on 93Q, the number one hit music station. You know? Is Kenny Chesney radio really that worth it to you? You know what I mean? Look, everybody gets these deals in the mail. Everybody subjects themselves to junk mail if they own a car because of Sirius XM radio, okay? Why? How is this allowed, first of all? How is it allowed for one company to just send junk to everybody who has a car. It doesn't make sense. Is there an opt-out feature? Because I feel like by default, everybody gets the junk mail, right? It's not just me, right? Everybody gets this shit. But then, even if you do decide to sign up for SiriusXM satellite radio, good luck canceling. Good luck canceling, all right? Here's the thing. They will do anything in their power to gain subscribers, maintain those subscribers, and not lose subscribers. Anything in their power, okay? I feel like at this point, satellite radio is struggling. All right. We have streaming services now, and I know they've tried to pivot. They say, "Oh yeah, well, you know, if you get SiriusXM, you can also use the app. You can listen on your computer." Like, okay, why would I do that? All right, why would I do that when I have YouTube, when I have Apple Music, when I have Spotify? Why would I ever choose to listen to SiriusXM? I feel like SiriusXM is the real competition they have is with Pandora. Like, that's it. And who the hell listens to Pandora who's not like listening to coworker music? You know what I mean? Pandora is like the coworker music app. That's it. It's wild. If you try to cancel your subscription, they don't make it easy. You can't just like click on the app and say, "I would like to cancel my subscription now, please." What they do is it's the same thing that gyms do. You know, you get that Planet Fitness subscription. You have to call them and you have to talk to somebody to cancel your membership to SiriusXM satellite radio. Okay? And this is never a comfortable conversation, by the way, right? Whenever you're put in a position where you feel like you need to stand your ground to get what you want, it's never a comfy conversation. So you have to call up SiriusXM satellite radio, and you have to hit the button. If you're trying to cancel your membership, click for now. Beep. And then the quickest the quickest wait time of all time is for people who plan on canceling their membership. And this works for every customer service support line, by the way. If you're trying to get in touch with your internet provider, on the phone, what you do is you select, "I'm planning on canceling my service," and they're putting you in touch with somebody right now because they're going to put you on the phone with somebody from the sales team who will try to convince you otherwise. Okay? SiriusXM, here's what they do. They get somebody on the phone with you. Somebody who is, you know, surprisingly cheery, and they're happy to hear from you, right? And they're going to give you the pitch. And they're going to say, "Hey, so what can I do for you today?" And then you'll say, "Oh, hi, I'd like to cancel my SiriusXM membership, please." The person on the phone is going to say, "Oh, no. Why would you want to do that? Don't you know that SiriusXM has the broadest range of blah, 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 blah?" And then you'll say, yeah, I know. Can I just cancel my membership, please?" They'll say, "Well, you know, here's what I can do for you." Open it up. "Here's what I can do for you. Here's what I can do for you, the person who wants to no longer give us money. Here's the offer that I'm going to give to you. What if I lower the cost of your subscription by 10%. And then you'll say, no, I think I would like to cancel my membership. And they say, well, hold on. Okay. Well, what if I lower the cost of your membership by $2 a month? You'd only be paying $3 a month for your satellite service. You say, no, I think I just want to cancel. Well, hold on. What if I give you 1 free month and then premium access and also keep the price at the lowest cost imaginable? And you'll say, tempting, but no, thank you. And you know what they're going to say? You know what they said to me? Name your price. Name your price, they said to me. What would you be willing to pay? Okay, tell you what. You tell me what you're going to pay. And I was dumbfounded. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I said, okay, yeah, all right, fine. I'll tell you what I'm going to pay. I'll pay you $1 a month for Sirius XM satellite radio. And he said, okay, so we're going to cancel your membership, right? And I said, yes, please. Too low. I lowballed him, and he said no. Can you believe it? Man. I just don't understand why everybody who owns a car is subjected to this bullshit. It's crazy. All right. Sirius XM. You know, my parents use Sirius XM. You know, they have like 3 channels that they have like on their tablet thing in their car, you know? And it's like the classic rock station, another classic rock station, and then top 40 radio. And that's it. That's literally the same thing that's on the normal radio, and at least that's free. And you know what? You get signal through the trees too. Sirius XM. What's going on there? Well, anyway, folks, that's it for JuGrTalk for this week. I appreciate you being here. Be well. Thank you very much. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye now.